A very good day to all of you, my dear children. I welcome you to my channel, that is Maths Misfit, and I am Meena teacher. So we go on to the next part of profit and loss. This is part 4. We have done 3 parts earlier, and if you have not seen the 3 videos, please go through them and don't forget to press the like icon. So let's start today's video with a little bit of more difficult sums compared to the previous ones. So the first sum is here. 1/3 of the goods are sold at 15% profit, 1/4 at 20% profit, and the rest at 24% profit. If the profit is 3,000 rupees, find the cost price of the goods. Now let's get this very clear. We have 1/3 which is sold at 15% profit. Then we have 1/4 which is sold at 20% profit, and the remaining. Now in the previous video to this, we had seen that the denominators of the fractions were the same. Here it is different. So how do we get these denominators same? Now if you look at this 3 and 4, you definitely know what to do. Take the LCM. So this would become, LCM being 12, so 4 upon 12, and this would become 3 upon 12. So what do we have here now? Our LCMs have become the same. So out of the 12 parts, that means out of the 12 items, 4 are sold at a profit of 20%. So let's take this, that is 80. 3 are sold at a profit of, this is 15% here. 1/3 are sold at 15%, so 1/3 has become 4 upon 12, and 1/4, so this would become 3 into 20. Now how many are left? Because the remaining are sold at 24% profit. So let's find what is remaining. We have 4 plus 3, 7 here, and the remaining would be 12 minus 7. So that is 5. 5 of them would be sold at a 24% profit. So this becomes 120. Now total up this, 60, 60, this becomes 240. So what we have here, a total profit of 240% when we have sold all the items. Now how many are the items here? 12. 12 are sold at 240. Therefore, each is sold at 240 divided by 12, which is 20%. Now get this clear. I'm explaining it again. Since 1/3 and 1/4, the fractions, the denominators are not same, we have to make them same. So we have got our LCM as 12. This becomes 1/3 would become 4 upon 12, 1/4 would become 3 upon 12. And therefore we have calculated 4 at 15% profit, 3 at 20% profit. The remaining, now how many are remaining? Out of the 12, 4 and 3 gone. So we have got 5 remaining, which are sold at 24% profit. Okay? Total all, that is 12 items sold at 240%. Therefore, each is sold at 20%. Now we have got the profit here. So profit is given to us as 3,000 rupees. So again, if the profit is 20%, we have our cost price as 100. Now you all know why we take 100, because this is a percent. So if the profit is 3,000 rupees, find the total CP of all the goods. This comes out to be 15,000 rupees. So get this very clear. In the previous video we had done a very simple sum similar to these. This is slightly different and of a higher level where you are given 1/3 and 1/4. Now instead of the fractions 1/3 and 1/4, you could have got some percentages, maybe 25%, or convert those percentages to the fractions and then follow the same method. In this sum we are given the profit. So if the profit is given, you already know how much is the overall percentage profit. Calculate your CP. Is that clear? We go on to the next sum. So the next sum is here. Let's go through the sum. 16.66% of the pens are sold at 12% profit. 33.33% at 9% profit. 25% at 10% profit. What percentage profit or loss should the rest be sold so that overall there is no profit or loss? Now get this very clear. What are we given? In the first case we have got 16.66%. Now you all know what is 16.66%. We have done it in our videos earlier. 16.66% is nothing but 1/6. 33.33% is going to be half of this, which is going to be 1/3. We have done this earlier. So rest 25% is obviously 1/4. Now we have all these fractions, 1/6, 1/3, 1/4. Like the previous sum, we were given the fractions. In this, we are given the percentages. Now we have converted all of the percentages into fractions. So let's see how much is the profit that we have got in each. Before that, if you look at all these, our denominators are all different. So we need to take the LCM. The LCM of 6, 3 and 4, which is 12. So let's see what this becomes. This would become 2/12. This would be multiplied by 4. So 4/12. This would become 3/12. Now out of all these, we assume that there are 12 articles. So the 2 of them are sold at 12% profit. So that is 24. 33, these are sold at 9% profit. So that is 36. 9 fours are. And 3 of these are sold at 10% profit. So this is 30. 6 and 4, 10, 90. So you see that overall there is a 90% profit which is made by selling these articles. Now how many are remaining? Whatever be the remaining, we have to sell them at 90% loss. Now why loss? Because overall there is no profit, no loss. Is that clear? So how many articles are left behind now? So out of the 12, you will subtract 2 plus 4 plus 6. So 2, 4 and 6. Sorry, 2, 4 and 3. So you are left with how many? 4 and 3, 7 and 2, 9. So you are left with 3 articles. Now the 3 articles are all going to be sold at 90% loss. Why we take 90%? Overall, we do not want a profit or a loss percent. So each of them will be sold at a 30% loss. Have you understood what we have done? Look at the sum again. slightly different compared to the previous one because we are given the percentages here. Each of these percentages, 16.66 converted to a fraction, 33.33 converted to a fraction, 25% converted. Now you'll see all the denominators are different. We have taken the LCM of 6, 4 and 3, which comes out to be 12. So we've made all the fractions with denominators 12. Totally out of the 12 articles, 2 are sold at 12% profit, that is 24, 4 at 9%, that is 36, 3 at 10%, that is 30. Now what we have got is an overall profit. This is the profit that he has already made by selling how many articles? 7. 3 plus 4 plus 2. So how many are left now? 3 articles are left. Subtracted from the 12, these 3 articles have to be sold at a loss because he's made a profit here. And overall he wants no profit, no loss. So these 3 articles are going to be sold at a loss of 90%. So each will be sold at a loss of 30%. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's go on to the next sum. Okay. So now we have come to this next sum. Again a very different one. A loss of a certain amount is made when the article is sold for 12.50. What is the meaning of this? When he sells the article for 12.50, he is making some loss. Now how much is that loss? It is the same as the profit made on selling the same article for a profit for rupees 1750. What is the meaning of this? When he sells it at 1750, he makes some profit. When he sells it at 12.50, he makes some loss, and the profit made and the loss made are equal. Have you understood the sum? Now let's see how we work out the sum. There are 2 methods by which we can do it. Okay? This is the first method, this is the second method. So we'll see both the methods. What do we do here? You know that when he's selling it for 12.50, he's making some loss. So let the CP be X, some X rupees. Now he has sold it for 1750. So the CP minus the SP. You all know CP minus SP is going to be the loss. This is going to be the profit. Now how much is the profit? The SP. How much is the SP? Minus the CP. Understood? What we have done here is this is the loss and this is the profit. And since in the given sum, the profit and the loss are equal, now you can work out this. X plus X here would be 1750. Sorry, this was 1250. So 2x would be, add this 0, 0, 0, 3000. So x is going to be 1500. Okay? This is the method by taking the loss equal to the profit, and what we have taken is the CP as x. So since it is a loss, the CP is going to be greater than the SP. So CP minus SP is going to be the loss. Since this is a profit, this will be the SP minus CP, which is going to give you the profit. Both these are going to be equal because that is what is given to you. Work out and you'll get simply X, which is nothing but the CP. The shortcut method and the trick method is just take the average of 1750 and 1250. Now you know what is the average. Average is nothing but 1750 plus 1250 divided by 2, which comes out to be 30. Okay, so for your exams, just take the average of this. Because the loss and the profit made is the same. Longer method here and a shorter method here. This is the better method to do it. Just take the average and get your answer. Okay, we go on to the next sum. An article is sold for rupees 2,850. The profit is 3 times the loss if the same article is sold for rupees 3,450. Find the CP. Now here it is a slightly different one because what is given here is that the profit is 3 times. So how do we go ahead with this sum now? Get this very clear. The article is sold for rupees 2,850 and here compare these two. Okay, so should we do it by the shortcut method or should we do it by the long cut method? I'll show you both. Okay, shortcut method, take the difference between these two. Now this 600 is going to be distributed in how many parts? We have got that it is 3 times. That means the profit is 3 times the loss. So this is the loss and this is the profit. So if the loss is 1, the profit is 3. So what we can do is take the ratio of this. So overall, this would be 1 upon 4 into 600, or we can get 3 upon 4 into 600. Why are we taking 4? Because this is the total. This is the total loss or profit or whatever is incurred, and this is the total ratio. The ratio of this comes from selling and then the profit. Loss of 1 and profit of 3. So this comes out to be 150. Here it comes out to be 450. Okay. Now you can use either of the methods and get your answer. The CP would become 2850 plus 150. That is 3000, or the CP here in the second condition would be 3450 minus 450, and that is 3000. Now why have we added 150? Because here it is a loss. And why we have subtracted 450? Because this is a profit. The profit is 3 times the loss. So if you look at these two, this is the profit which is 3 times the loss. So you can get your answer this way. The other method is the X method, which is a longer method. You need not do that, which I showed you in the previous sum. Here you take the difference. The ratio again 1:3 is because the loss is 1 and the profit is 3 times. So this 1:4 is going to be divided by into this ratio. So 600 is your difference. Get your answer and then you can verify. Either by taking that or by taking this, you can get your CP. Alright, we'll go on to the next sum now. Now this is a different type of a sum again. A loss of 10% is made on selling the table for rupees 10800. So we know that the selling price is rupees 10800, and here he has made a loss of 10%. Okay, and then you're given a second condition for how much should it be sold to make a 40% profit. Okay, what you need to find is another SP where he is going to make a 40% profit. Okay, let's take it like this. You know the SP, you know the loss. So the first step is let us find the CP. You all know what we have done earlier. Now here it is a loss of 10%. So if this is 90, this is going to be 100. So if this is 1800, how much is this? So the CP would become 100 into 10800 upon 90. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm not going to solve this. Now, why am I not going to solve this is because, again, to find the SP with 40% profit, we'll require the CP. So let's see what we get here. If my CP is 100, SP is going to be 140. Now my CP is this whole figure, 100 into 10800 upon 90. How much is this? So I'll get 140 into 100 into 10800 upon 90 into 100. Look what has happened. I have not solved this part. I have let the CP be as it is. And over here this 100 goes. What are you left with? Have a look at all these figures. You have 140 here, you have a 90 here, and you have the value which is given. What value is given to you? 10800. So have a look at this. You could have got the CP here, which would have come out to be, say, this would be 12000, but there is no need to do this step. Look at these three figures what I have circled and look at the sum. There is a 10% profit here, there is a 40% here, and the value here. Can we correlate these two? What I have got here, the SP, the second SP. How do I get the second SP? It is very, very simple. Just use the formula. The first amount given. My amount here is 10800 into 140. Now how do I get this 140? Because it is a profit made. So 100 plus 40. So this is my second condition of what is given in the sum, and 90 is my first condition because it was a 10% loss. So if you get sums of this sort, where there are two conditions given, now what can those two conditions be? Both can be profit, both can be loss, one can be profit, one can be loss. One SP given, you need to find the other SP. Simply use this formula. And what is that formula? The second SP, what you need to find is the value which is given, that is the amount which is given in the first condition, into what is the second condition. If it's a profit of 40, 140, and if it is a loss, that is 90. Now this formula can be used at many places. Whatever conditions be given in the sum, you need not do all this working. Not required at all. Even this not required. Simply use this formula. Is that clear? I'll take another sum similar to this and we'll just use the formula and get our answer. Alright? We have the next sum here. A profit of 10%. So now we have a profit of 10%, which is made on selling a chair for rupees 22,000. How much should it be sold to gain a 10% profit? Now in both these cases, it's a profit. Okay, so let's use our formula what we did in the previous sum. The SP for which it is to be sold, that is the second SP, is nothing but the amount what you have got into the second condition. So that is condition 2 upon condition 1. How much is the amount? Now condition 2 is to be made a profit of 30%. And condition 1, it is a profit here. So get this clear now. This is a profit. So this answer would be 13 2s are 26. So it is going to be sold at a price of 26,000 to gain a 10% profit. Very simple, shortcut method, no need to do and find the cost price, etc. anything. Of course, that is the other way, but it's a longer method. You cannot spend too much time on this. Alright? Now this is a very different sum. Very simple, very easy. A trader sold goods at 10% profit. So he has got some goods and he is making a 10% profit on it. Now, if he had sold them for 15 rupees more, that means whatever he has sold it for, if he had sold it for 15 rupees more, he would gain 15%. So get this very clear. He made a profit of 10%, now he wants to make a profit of 15. So how much is the difference? The difference in the profit. That is 5%. Now this 5% is nothing, but it is equivalent to 15 rupees. So if the profit is 5, the CP is going to be 100. If the profit is 15, find the CP. Very simple sum, all of you can work it out. 300 rupees would be the cost price. Or 300 is the cost price. Now you can calculate it reverse also. But it's a very simple sum. A trader sold goods at 10% profit. Now, it can be a loss also. And you can get a loss here also. That means you get a combination. You can get both loss, you can get both profit, or you can get a profit and a loss. So if this was a loss here, you would have added these two. That means it would be 15 plus 10. But in this case, one is a profit, both are profits, so you take the difference. So when it is a profit, take the difference. When it is a loss, take the difference. And if it is a profit and a loss, add up the two. Is that clear? Very simple sum, easy. Shortcut method, no calculation of anything else. Now this is a very simple sum again. Understand the logic of it. I have two articles. And both these articles, the CP is the same. Two articles cost the same price. This is important. And this is the cost. So I have two articles, the CP is the same. Out of this, one article is sold at a 10% loss and the other is sold at a 10% profit. Alright? You have to find overall whether there is a profit or a loss percent. In other words, we have to find the SP of each. So, cost price is the same. We need to find the SP when it is sold at a 10% profit, and we need to find the SP when it is sold at a 10% loss. So, let us assume that the CP of each is rupees 100. So, my total CP here for both the articles would become 200. This is clear because both the items are, both the costs are the same. Now let us take a profit. So the first article, when it is sold at a 10% profit, means it is 110. The second, when it is sold at a 10% loss, would become 90. Get this clear now. Since we have taken the CP as 100, it's easy for us to calculate the two SPs. Because it is just 100, so you can add and subtract very easily. How much is my total SP? 110 plus 90, which again comes out to be rupees 200. So have a look at this. My total CP is also 200. My total SP is also 200. And there is no profit or loss. So a very important thing you have to come here to. If two articles cost the same price and the percentage of each, one with a profit and with a loss, but with the same percentage. So in this case, we had a 10% profit and a 10% loss. Mind you, the percentages have to be equal. In that case, there is a no profit, no loss. So if you get a sum like this, blindly straight away mark the no profit, no loss option. The working is here, you can do it very easily. Take the CP as 100 and you'll get all your answers. Is that clear? Let us see an example where when the two articles are sold at the same price. Okay, so our next example will be with that, when the selling prices are the same. So let's take an example with that now. Right. Just like the previous sum, the cost price was the same, but here the articles are sold at the same price. So we have two articles. Both are sold at the same price. So this is 1 and 2. Both the selling prices are same, but one is sold at a loss of 10%. One of them 10% gain and the other at a 10% loss. Okay? And this is at a loss of 10% here. And this is a 10% profit. So like the previous sum, we need to find some SP and we need to find the total CP. So let us see what we can do. Supposing, for a very convenient figure, let us take that the SP is 99. Okay, we'll see why we have taken 99. Now in the first case, it is a loss of 10%. So you all know, SP, CP, we can take the ratios. Or we can do it by this. If the CP is 100, the SP is going to be 90. Now my SP here is 99. So how much is my CP? So you'll get the cost price over here to be 110. When I have taken the SP as 99 and at a loss, because this is sold at a loss of 10%, my CP is 110. We'll find the second CP now. The SP is 10% profit. SP is a 10% profit. CP is 100. My SP is 99. How much is my CP? So you got it? Look at the two differences. When it was a loss, my CP was 110, and now when it is a profit, my CP here becomes 90. So now have a look at this. How much is the total CP? Total SP is 99 plus 99, because we have taken the SP as 99, which comes out to be 198, and total CP is nothing but 110 plus 90, which turns out to be 200. Now compare the two. Have a comparison between the SP and CP. What do you notice? We see that there is a loss here because the CP is greater than the SP. How much is the loss here? That is 2. Now the loss is going to be on the total CP. We have taken earlier, any loss or profit percent has to be calculated on the CP. So how much is my loss percent? The loss upon the total CP, which is 200 into 100. So that is a 1% loss. Okay? Now this is a very long method. Two things you have to remember here. The articles are sold at the same price and the 10% gain and the 10% loss. Okay? we have a very simple formula for this. No need to do all this working. There is a very, very simple formula, and that is what is this x square that we take? Okay. Now the x square is nothing but the profit and the loss percent. In this case we have a 10 and a 10. So this is going to be 10 into 10 and divided by 100. This comes to be 1%. Got it? So all this working what we did, not required. Why? Because we can simply use this formula. The loss percent would be x square. Now what is that x square? 10 and 10. That is the gain percent and the loss percent. You may be given anything. You may be given a 20%. So in case it was a 20%, this would become 20 into 20 square upon 100. Then in that case it would be a 4%. Alright? Got it? Simply remember this formula. X square, especially when you get sums of this type. Remember, this is not to be done when two articles are purchased at the same price. That means when the cost price is the same and it is a 10% gain and a 10% loss, in that case there is a no profit, no loss, like we saw in the previous sum. But in this one, they are sold at the same price. So when they are sold at the same price, one with a profit and one with a loss, use this and get your answer. Is that clear? Okay. So we stop here today, and we have seen